good day to everyone. I bid to all of our guests and our also little brothers and sisters. My name is Naja and I'll be your moderator for today. And these are the members of the panel.
Hello everyone, my name is Kesha Binti Osman from SMK Kubang Bumban, and I'm looking forward to our discussion today.
Assalamualaikum, saya Farah Diana binti Muhammad Zafi dari Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Lalu.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya Muhammad Faiz bin Muhammad Sawabi alias Muhammad Rasdi dari Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Sultan Ibrahim II.
Good morning everyone, my name is Farisha Adriana and I'm from SMK Kubang Krian, and let's have a great discussion today.
Okay, our discussion today is regarding phones. It is found that technology is very much immersed in our life, and our question is simple. Do we need a phone or not? Now, in this stand, we'll first talk, we won't say our decisions yet, but regardless, we'll say what are the disadvantages or advantages? Now, do you, Faiz, have any saying of what can technology bring to this world, especially to us as students?
Terima kasih kepada saudari Najah atas persoalan yang diberikan sebentar tadi. Jadi, telefon pintar. Sekarang ini kita dapat lihat bahawa telefon pintar merupakan satu teknologi yang kiat digunakan di dalam masyarakat kita, dan telefon pintar ini telah mendominasikan dunia teknologi kerana telah digunakan oleh pelbagai lapisan masyarakat. Jadi dengan itu, bagi kita sebagai pelajar, telefon pintar merupakan satu perkara yang penting untuk kita menggunakan demi tujuan pendidikan kita. Sebagai contoh, apabila COVID-19 melanda negara kita, kita dikejutkan tentang dengan cara pembelajaran yang baru, PDPC. Jadi sebagai satu cara untuk menangani masalah ini, kita sering menggunakan persidangan video seperti aplikasi-aplikasi Zoom dan juga Google Meet. Namun sekarang, pasca pandemik, kita dapat lihat bahawa persidangan video ini masih digunakan sebagai tujuan online tuition class, dan juga ia juga digunakan sebagai seminar di mana ia dapat memberikan capaian yang lebih luas kepada para pelajar. Sebagai contoh, para pelajar daripada negeri Kelantan tidak perlu untuk menaiki kapal terbang dan pergi ke negeri Sabah semata-mata untuk menjalani seminar di sana. Mereka hanya boleh melakukan menerusi aplikasi Google Meet ataupun Zoom. Seterusnya, kita dapat lihat bahawa peningkatan media sosial dalam penggunaan pendidikan kita, di mana mengikut pengalaman saya sendiri, kami di sekolah, guru biologi kami tidak mahir dalam bahagian yang berkaitan dengan kimia, tetapi kami perlu belajar tentang tindak balas bersandarkan cahaya dan tindak balas lega, di mana ia mempunyai kaitan dengan tindak balas kimia. Jadi dengan itu, kami merujuk kepada aplikasi YouTube, kepada video-video yang telah disediakan tentang topik tersebut, dan kami melakukan pembentangan kami sendiri supaya kami dapat memahami lagi topik tersebut. Jadi dengan itu, telefon pintar ini dapat memberikan anjakan paradigma dalam sektor pendidikan kita. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Faiz. Your opinion is outrageously great. I have no output, so I'll use that. But thank you. His points about PDPC during the pandemic is obviously a great statement, because if we are being honest, from the days before, parents, they don't really bat an eye on technology. They find technology as a waste of uselessness. But thanks to PDPC, the realization that we need technology, we need phones, we need gadgets, is very reinforced. This actually reminds me a quote by John Dewey that says, if teachers teach the way of how they used to, then students would not be ready for the day of tomorrow. Which basically would say, if we didn't exactly use technologies, like example that Faiz said, his bio teacher uses technology to find kimia facts. If we didn't use technology, then we would probably the teacher doesn't know anything and the student also doing anything. Now, enough about me. I'm sure there's many other advantages to technology, maybe not just in terms of education, but maybe with connection towards humans. Do you have any opinion about that, Faisha?
Right, thank you, Naja, our moderator. So, as some of us know right now, we are approaching the era of something we like to call the IR 5.0. Now, I'm sure we all know about IR 4.0, which is the era of automation. But IR 5.0 is more focused and is more centric around developing some sort of harmony between humans and machines. In IR 4.0, we are introduced to machines doing work for humans. But in IR 5.0, we are introduced to the new concept, the concept of harmony and the concept of humans working alongside machines in a complete synchronized way. So I think one of the main trends right now is actually collaboration between humans and machines. And especially among students, we can see that there is a rise in this trend. We can see that now students are using AI tools such as Gemini, such as ChatGPT, in order to help with their assignments, for example. And that is something we actually call collaboration, because we are working in harmony with AI, with something that is not essentially human, but can still assist us. Now, there are a couple of advantages to this, and one of them is it actually promotes it promotes a more efficient way of working, compared to if humans were to work alone, and also compared to if machines were to work alone. If humans and machines could develop a good teamwork together, students could achieve more than what students back in the days achieved. For example, students can find results using AI tools, and they can use their own knowledge of those topics to analyze those results and to sort of give a rating to those results and improve the results, and then provide a detailed assessment based on the results. And what this does is it actually promotes a more two-way learning between humans and between machines. So it's sort of like having a study group, but with someone who is much smarter than you and someone who has access to almost all the information in the world. Now, I think that's all I have to say about the pros. I'll pass it back to you.
Okay, what Faisha said was actually very useful, because using ChatGPT, for example, because I commonly use it, we don't realize that it's actually collaboration between humans and technology. I'm sure teachers here, students here also use these technologies to help them with their daily assignments. Do we have any little brothers and sisters who also uses ChatGPT? Do you guys know what ChatGPT is? Yeah? Do you use it? Yeah, you know. Do you find it useful? Quite. Okay, what do you use it for?
Often to fix my mistakes in essays.
Oh yeah, like Grammarly.
Yeah.
Okay, I use that too because I'm not very good at spelling. Now, we've heard the advantages, but there are sayings from two countries that are considered having the best education for students, Norway and Finland. And when we ask the university how they do it, they normally say that they cut off technology towards students. They reduce the student screen time. So that makes us wonder, if technology is that good, why do countries like this take that alternative? Do you have any ideas?
Yeah, absolutely. every country has their own approaches to improve the education quality in their country in order to achieve technologies and advancements so that they're top-notch in the world. However, instead of just focusing on the pros of using technologies, which is smartphone, in our daily life as a student, why don't we try to look at the cons of using smartphones as students? Alright, it is in our common knowledge to know that smartphones are owned by almost everyone, and according to a research made by the National Library of Medicine, it is stated that almost 95% of us teenagers aged below 17 years old own their own smartphones. Alright, this is a huge amount, and we should consider looking at the cons, which the first and foremost is harmful towards our health. Why? Because smartphones emits a wave, a radioactive wave, which is known as radio frequency radiation. An excessive amount of exposure to the wave can damage our brains in a way that it will affect our neurons transmitters. So not only we will be slower thinker, but also we will be exposed to fatigue, headaches, and we will of course feel eye strain because of exposure to blue ray. So these conditions not only will affect our own health, but also will affect our studies, because when you're feeling fatigued, you feel tired in your class, you cannot focus on what the teachers are saying, you will be stressed that your academic are failing. So instantly, it will harm your mental health also, and this is where depressions are occurring among the teenagers. So that is why we should reduce the amount of our screen time daily, and according to OSF Academy, the amount of time suggested for children to use their smartphone is no more than 2 hours, or else you suffer those damages that I've mentioned just now. So I think that is all the advantage from me, disadvantage from me. I move on to our moderator.
Thank you. Kia. I'm sorry that I did mispronounce your name, but Kia. What she said has put me into the right position of my humble bumper. At first I thought, oh, how come countries with low screen time have better education? But thank you, you have humbled me. Now, there's also a saying by Martin Heidegger who uses the word athlete, which is actually a Greek word for reveal. It says that technology reveals oneself. Now, I understand that seems a little too dizzy, so I'll give another saying by Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg. They say that technology, or in our case, smartphones, are extensions of us, and don't let it control us because we are yet the owners. Do you have your opinion about that, Father?
Terima kasih saudari Najah. Okay, kita ketahui daripada statistik Dapatan Kaji Selidik Kepenggunaan Internet dari Suruhanjaya Komunikasi dan Multimedia menunjukkan peningkatan dari 18.4% pada tahun 2016 kepada 47% pada tahun 2020. Ini menunjukkan para pelajar menggunakan telefon pintar dengan lebih kerap. Ini membolehkan mereka ketagih dengan gadget. Ini akan mempengaruhi masa pembelajaran mereka. Jika masa pembelajaran mereka kurang, produktiviti mereka akan menjadi lebih kurang. Ini akan menjejaskan akademik dan pelajaran mereka. Memetik dari kata-kata Samuel Johnson, karyawan ataupun sastrawan, masa itu dibeli oleh masa sekarang. Sekiranya kita tidak menggunakan masa dengan baik, kita akan hanyut dalam edaran masa. Ini saya kaitkan dengan penggunaan telefon pintar. Telefon pintar akan menyebabkan kita hanyut dalam menyebabkan kita hanyut dalam permainan video dan sebagainya. Izharlah di sini saya tegaskan bahawa telefon pintar boleh menjadi racun sekiranya kita menggunakannya dengan salah.
Okay, we've got her point. She talks about addiction. She talks about how if we don't use these advantages given to us right, it could consume us. Who is actually much more dangerous things that could possibly happen, because addiction is dangerous. Addiction towards anything is dangerous. It brings you to a psychiatric ward, a mental health hospital. You could be addicted to all sort of thing, maybe a certain food, and it's also dangerous. Much less technology, like what Khas said, what Kia said. Blu-ray from the technology. Imagine being addicted and facing that Blu-ray 24/7. How do you think your brain is going to function after that? It's just going to be a buzzing of dizziness, and the chances of you fainting is also quite high. Thanks to technology, some gamers are addicted to gaming 24/7. Their life are cut short. Now, we definitely have seen these disadvantages and advantages, or in that sense, pros and cons. Nonetheless, I agree with the cons, but we still stand by our saying that students need smartphone. I know that, well, at this side, you can see that having a smartphone brings a lot of harm towards us, especially as humans, or more specifically, students. So what do you think? Why do we believe that students need smartphones?
So we believe that students need smartphones because of how much it eases communication and collaboration, both between students and students, human to human, as well as human to machines. Right now, we have a couple of collaborative apps. Actually, we have many of those. And talking about diverse apps, one of the trending apps nowadays is Canva. I think we're all familiar with Canva, and it sort of opens up. Before this, what do we use to create our slides? We use boring PowerPoint. And the thing with PowerPoint is, even though it's good, you cannot collaborate on it. You cannot collaborate on your presentations, on your projects with other people. But with Canva, it sort of opens up a new way of working, a new way of working with your colleagues, a new way of working with your friends for students. And it also opens up another new way of working, which is using AI to design your presentations, and then you enhance those presentations yourself. So that is one of the reasons why we think that students need smartphones. And that reason is collaboration and ease of communication between multiple people. And before this, I was quite intrigued with what Kia mentioned about radioactive waves being emitted from your phone screen. Actually, I've read on this before, and I found a research that actually proves that radioactive waves from your phones do not cause that much harm to your eyes or to your neurotransmitters even. It's like, you can think of it as a microwave. Before this, people used to believe that microwave foods are dangerous because of the radiation that is emitted by the microwave itself. However, later research has proven that microwave food does in fact lose some of its nutrients, but it does not inherently pose a direct threat to your neurotransmitters or to your eyes or to whatever it is. So the same thing is actually going on with the radioactive waves produced from your mobile phones. People have this sort of stigma that mobile phones emit these dangerous rays that will make you ultra stupider in one night. If you play 8 hours a day on your phone, you're not going to get straight A's, you're automatically failing all your exams, which is completely proven wrong by recent researches. And addressing this, most smartphones nowadays actually have a ton of diverse apps that allows you to actually control your own screen time. And apart from this, for students especially, parents can control their students' screen times. And for older students, they themselves can control their own screen times. So I think the issue of screen time has already been addressed in this. What do you think?
Terima kasih saudara. Jadi, isu bagi screen time ini adalah satu isu yang kita perlu tekankan tentang cara untuk kita mengahadkan masa mereka, dan sebagaimana yang telah diperkatakan, ianya dapat dilakukan oleh ibu bapa. Jadi bagi saya, sememangnya ibu bapa memainkan peranan penting bagi mendidik anak-anak mereka dan mendisiplinkan mereka. Namun begitu, saya percaya bahawa institusi pendidikan, meskipun daripada peringkat awal lagi, seperti di sekolah rendah maupun sekolah menengah, perlu menerapkan isu tentang menghadkan penggunaan telefon bimbit ini, di mana unit pusat sumber sekolah dan juga unit bimbingan dan kaunseling perlu bergabung sinergi mereka untuk mengadakan satu program atau penceramah yang akan mendedahkan kepada pelajar bahawa dengan menghadkan masa penggunaan telefon pintar ini bukanlah suatu benda yang memudaratkan, tetapi ia merupakan satu cara untuk mencapai gaya hidup yang lebih positif. Jadi, saudari Kia, bagaimanakah pendapat anda pula?
Alright, thank you Faiz for that question addressed to me. So, this is the 21st century and I'm not an exception to have my own smartphone, and I admit, not only I use for my study, but sometimes I use for entertainment. But not in a bad way entertainment. When I say entertainment, I would use social media in order to look out for trends that I can use to communicate with my peers. We have already know that Gen Zs got their own slangs like slay, for sure, for real, and of course, if I do not know what is that term means, I will not be able to communicate friendlier with my peers. So this way I can say that the usage of smartphone do help to improve my communication skills with my peers, and not only strengthens our bonds, but will also grow fond together, and the conversation will be more merrier. Apart from that, I do agree with Farisha stating that parents should take their initiative so that those children will not spend too much time with their phones. And to be exact, there are a few steps that can be taken and practices to be practiced by parents at home for their children. For example, environmental structuring. What I mean by environmental structuring, the parents should provide a zone in your house that do not have technology but filled with books or natures, so that they can bond and spend their times together instead of just holding a mobile gadget in your phone and not communicating with each other. So this way, we can reduce the amount of screen time of students and strengthens the bonds between families. So what my point is here, with the right steps and the right use of smartphone, we can strengthen our bonds with everyone around us, and of course, we will live in a harmonious life. So, Miss Farah, what do you think about our points here?
Okay, terima kasih Kia atas soalan itu tadi. Seperti yang kita ketahui, telefon pintar menyebabkan kita jadi ketagih. Bagaimana cara untuk kita menyelesaikan perkara ini? Untuk menyelesaikan perkara ini, kita boleh meluangkan masa dengan ibu bapa dengan lebih kerap. Sebagai contoh, melakukan riadah, melakukan gardening, kita berkebun dengan ibu bapa untuk mengelakkan ketagihan dengan telefon pintar. Memetik kata-kata daripada Jonathan Estrin yang berkata, "The way we spend our time defines who we are." Yang bermakna cara kita menghabiskan masa menentukan siapa kita. Untuk menjadi seorang pelajar, kita tidak lari daripada menggunakan telefon pintar. Kita tahu telefon pintar amat penting yang menjadikan kita dapat memenuhi pasaran masa depan yang dipenuhi dengan teknologi dan sebagainya. Untuk menjadi seorang pelajar yang berkaliber, kita perlulah mengagihkan masa telefon pintar kita dengan masa meluangkan masa dengan ibu bapa kita dengan lebih efektif. Dengan itu, kita perlulah melakukan aktiviti-aktiviti seperti riadah dan berkebun dan sebagainya. Itu saja.
The statements coming out from the fellow panels are extremely excellent, though I would like to give out a new situation, basically a situation we can see. My friend here, his name is Faiz, and as we've been talking about technology and we do need it, here's an example. Just now we were discussing, okay, we're going to communicate, we're going to do a group. So Faiz, please do a group. And we were baffled, we were shocked. The guy said, I don't have a phone. We were like, excuse me, you're 17 years old and you don't have a phone? So we asked him why, and he said, my father took it for my SBM. And I was like, oh, that's actually quite good. Why do I say it's good? It became a bait to him. His father said, if you get straight A's, you may get your phone back. So maybe, if those little ones, the parent says, okay, if you get straight A's, I'll buy you an iPhone. Will you work hard? You work hard, okay? Will you work hard for your exams to get your phone back?
Definitely.
Exactly. This may be quite funny, but psychologically saying, it works. Now, as what she said, that we need less screen time to spend time with family. I totally agree. But why don't we use apps? Apps that are family friendly. Have you ever played the word game where you connect everything?
Yes.
Do you often play it by yourself or with friends and family?
As the youngest child in my family, my siblings are rarely at home, so
I'm sorry to. I'm really sorry to hear that, because I spend a lot of time with my family. As you know, you need a long break for that. That thing is hard. Now, we've got a few more minutes, so I'm not going to elaborate more. Instead, we are going to talk about what?
do you agree or not?
Do we agree or not? So, in my stance, we agree. We agree towards why? Because, like what Faiz said, PDPC, we need it for rare situations like that. In time needs, we need technologies, phones for information. We can see our little sisters that she's riding away with a phone in her hand, and she doesn't even realize that I'm talking about her. Okay. I think I've baffled enough. Faisha, do you have anything?
I do have one small thing to add on, and that is to say that students nowadays are definitely not the same as students 10 years ago, even 5 years ago even. They're not the same. And something that has intrigued me recently is actually student involvement in the digital marketplace. And by digital marketplace, I do not mean online shopping. By digital marketplace, I mean digital environments where students are allowed to sell and allowed to buy from each other. For example, NFT markets. NFT markets, a lot of students nowadays, especially older students, are very involved in the NFT market. And what this does is it creates a generation of digitally literate students who are capable of these entrepreneurship skills. And these entrepreneurship skills, they will eventually bring up with them when they go into workforce, when they grow up, when they study in higher education. And what this does is it creates a new skill among students. And it also opens up opportunities for entrepreneurship among students.
Okay, thank you, Faisha, because of her saying of online shopping. I didn't think online shopping was going to be a part of students, but now that I look back, yes, we use online shopping. I stay in a boarding school. These kids online shop for everything because we are not allowed outside. So Kia, do you have anything to add as well?
Yeah, I'd say that with the right ways to use the smartphone, we can gain many benefits instead of abominable. Since we can obtain family bonding, because as Princess Diana once said, family is the most important thing in the world. And not only that, we can approach new techniques, such as Farisha said just now, students can learn entrepreneurship at such an early age. So what I'm trying to say here is that smartphone is like a double-edged sword. It can be a weapon that cuts through the excess of knowledge, the infinite knowledge available online. But when you flip on the other side, without proper instructions and without caution usage, it became an addiction and a dangerous weapons that will also not only harm people around us but also ourselves. So just like how a sword requires mastery and techniques, smartphones do apply the same, as we need self-discipline and self-control in order to gain the benefits. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I think what we can say from her is technology is extension of us. Don't let it control you. We can have phones around us 24/7, but it's our job to stand where we believe that, oh, I shouldn't pay this too much, it's bad for me. It's not really the phone's fault, it's us. Students need to be taught discipline, need to be taught self-control, or else they may go, addiction is gonna happen. So, Faiz?
Sudah saudara, jadi sesungguhnya di sini saya ingin bersetuju dengan analogi yang telah diberikan oleh saudari Kia Syariah, di mana daripada statistik yang diberikan oleh saudari Farah, daripada Suruhanjaya Kementerian Komunikasi dan juga Multimedia Malaysia, kita dapati bahawa peningkatan tersebut juga mendapati bahawa tinjauan itu membawa kepada satu tinjauan baru, iaitu rata-rata semua orang di Malaysia ini menggunakan 6.6 jam sehari dengan melayari internet dan terutamanya melalui medium telefon bimbit. Jadi dengan itu, telefon bimbit ini apabila kita melayarinya dengan baik, dengan cara yang betul, ia dapat memberikan manfaat kepada kita. Tetapi sebaliknya, jika kita hilang dalam ketagihan menggunakan telefon bimbit, maka musnahlah hidup kita.
Yes, we want technology, we want it to help us, we don't want it to control us. We don't want this discussion of, oh, the future's AI are going to control us, robots are going to control us, teachers are going to be our robot. We made these things. Why are we going to let that happen? So lastly, Farah?
Thank you. Kembali kepada soalan kita semula, adakah sebagai seorang pelajar kita memerlukan telefon pintar? Ya, bagi saya ya. Dan kita semua setuju kan? Okay. Telefon pintar dapat memberi bantuan kepada kita untuk mencari maklumat ataupun informasi dengan lebih cepat dan tepat. Sebagai contoh, kita mengikuti halaman buletin TV3 di Facebook ataupun enjin pencarian seperti Google untuk mencari maklumat semasa ataupun isu-isu semasa.
Okay, is that enough time? Or do we have more time?
You have exceeded the time.
Okay then, we conclude that everybody needs a smartphone. Faiz, I hope you get your smartphone back. And everybody please control your self-disciplinary, keep control your screen time. To all parents, teachers, please look at your student's phone, your daughter, your son, and if he is 7 hours and above, especially on games, you should be a little worried. That's all for me, thank you.